Welcome, Aries. Welcome to your October reading. I'm Dee, and this is Intuitive Life Advice. I've pulled most of your cards, and I've been focusing on the energy here and these cards that are laid out before me. And it looks like what's coming up for you is a breakup that is going to cause you to be catapulted into a sense of happiness very soon thereafter. It looks like you've dealt with someone who was very difficult at some point here recently in your recent past, and they were manipulative, they were narcissistic, they were secretive and deceptive. There were a lot of unknown factors here that you're never going to uncover, and there's really no need for you to continue to try to do so. If you're trying to figure out what this person was doing, just the best thing to do is to just stop doing the investigative work and just move on with your life. And I would suggest that you just try to find some sort of peace in knowing that you're not ever going to know everything. Because the type of individual that you are dealing with here is they take pride and gain satisfaction out of keeping you and your mindset and your thought processes in a chaotic mess. They take pride in that. That's kind of their MO. So, you were a little naive about it because you didn't have a lot of experience in dealing with this type of person, but they're out for your destruction. No matter if it's you or the next person or the person before you, the type of person that you were dealing with it was just all about destruction. That's what they do. That's what they're gonna do from here on, and that's what they were doing before they met you. And I can see that you were quite innocent in a lot of ways, and I feel that this person took advantage of your naivete. They took advantage of the fact that you didn't have a lot of wisdom in this area, the romance, love, relationships, men, women, doesn't matter what gender, just I feel like this is I feel like this is the first time you dealt with a person like this. And they did a number on you, but you're You're resilient enough to bounce back, because I feel that innocence, young innocence, you may be just in your early 20s, 30s. Some people are in their 40s and still have that beautiful innocence. And I'm not talking about necessarily about physical innocence in an aspect here. I'm talking about your overall person. The overall person that you are is like you're young at heart, but you've got an old soul. And when I say that, I mean you don't act your age. You don't act the age that everyone else acts when they're your age. It's a beautiful, youthful spirit that you carry, and it's a beautiful energy here. I feel it. I mean, there's a lot of rough harshness here with this person, this manipulative narcissist that was keeping things hidden from you. There are things you're never going to know about that situation. But I don't see you holding on to that like you would if you were not young at heart. I hope you follow me. I don't mean it like the person dealing with this situation is an older person who acts old that's not my point here. It's you have a young heart. You are not childlike or necessarily innocent, of course, but you have a young spirit. You have a young heart, but you have an old soul. So you've got that major groundedness and wisdom of an old soul who's been here time after time after time, if we're going to talk in those terms. And I'm not saying I believe that that's the way it works as we come back time after time after time. I'm just saying that if you were a person who encompassed a soul that has been here over and over again, that's the wisdom you hold within. But on the outside, the outer portrayal of you as a person is young-spirited and youthful and radiant and just childlike. I mean, you enjoy the tiniest of things that life has to offer, and you just don't act like an older person. I'm just gonna I just can't rehash that enough. You do not act like an older person, and I feel like I'm just running that in the ground, but you know what I mean. And Aries can be this way naturally. As a matter of fact, and Aries can be 30 years old and act 20 with still hanging on to responsibility and level-headedness and that type of thing. Doesn't have anything to do with being irrational or selfish or irresponsible by any means. It just means that you can go out there and act young and still take care of every little aspect of business that you have to take care of. It is just refreshing energy. But this person took advantage of you. They thought you were not quite as smart as you are. They didn't know that you were going to recognize what was happening to you. And when you did, you recognized it. You realized what you gave up for this person. You realized that you gave yourself to this person not knowing exactly who you were giving yourself to. And I see you being a little sorrowful for not knowing as much as you would like to have known, but I don't see regret per se. I see a healthier boundary that has been built because of this, as a result of this experience. And I see that you're willing to be alone for as long as it takes to prevent this type of ending again, because the next time you allow someone else in, you intend to make sure that before you let them in, you want to make sure that they're a genuine possibility as far as your future happiness is concerned. I mean, it's very clear. And I didn't mean to be stuck on that one little aspect, but I just want to make sure I made myself clear. You can be as young and youthful and free-spirited acting as you want, and then you still take care of business at home, at work, in your life. It's just a youthful aspect. You don't let your responsibilities age you in any way. Your soul, your spirit, none of it. It's beautiful. Aries, it's refreshing, very refreshing to feel this energy. Now, I do have, on the bottom of the deck here, you have the dissonance card. So cognitive dissonance, where what you believe to be true for this type of a relationship, you were being shown and spoken to and reacted to in a way that was completely the opposite of your beliefs and your value system and what you know to be true in a relationship. So it was confusing. It puts you in a state of cognitive dissonance, and you're just kind of having to work through that, and you did. I feel like you're going to kind of be healing here for a little while longer, but once you complete the healing process, and which will probably be a forever process, and don't look at that in a bad way. Just look at it as a means of checking in with yourself every day to make sure that you're not falling back into a situation like this one that we had such a problem with. You just checking in with yourself every day, making sure that you're seeing red flags and acknowledging them and acting accordingly. Let's see what we can get for you out of the Advice for Life deck. There's a message in here for you, Aries. I see you barefoot, twirling, twirling in the sun. Might be a little rain, just a little shower, little rain shower. Barefoot, twirling with your arms out. Just loving life. And if you haven't seen yourself that way, you're getting ready to. Yeah. And here's why. You got the card rejection. And I'm going to read this to you, Aries. It says, perhaps we should see rejection in a different light. It is better to be disappointed by learning that what we want at the moment does not want us in return than to receive it without knowing it was never truly mutually desired. Unreciprocated love is love that is not meant for us. Although this type of rejection can leave us feeling the pain of heartbreak, we must always remember that what is meant for us will always choose to stay. That's a great message for this particular reading for you, Aries, because as we were talking about, this person isn't built to stay anywhere. They're not built to withstand any type of situation that requires them to be an upstanding human being. The people who are inflicted with the personality disorder of narcissism, to the extent that it's a personality disorder, please make sure that you understand the difference. Narcissism is one thing, but having narcissistic personality disorder like this person did, it's a different story. Because it's a disorder, personality disorder, just like any other personality disorder, only it's one of the dangerous ones. It can damage other people, sometimes irreparably. Your words of wisdom cards today, Aries, are pray and think. So remember when we were talking about your healing process may take the rest of your life. Well, it's like it was like a daily affirmation that you looking in the mirror and saying, I'm going to see things for what they are today. I'm going to acknowledge when they are not as they are, as they seem to be. I'm going to acknowledge the red flags. I'm not going to choose to pretend they aren't there. I'm going to acknowledge that they're there. Acknowledge all the red flags, all the things that cause me to cringe or feel uncomfortable or feel as if something is going against my grain. And you're going to pay attention. And when something goes against your grain or makes you feel uncomfortable or raises a red flag, then you're going to take heed and you're going to pay attention and you're going to act accordingly and make decisions accordingly. That's what the Think card is telling you to do. The rejection here is that this person doesn't love anyone but themselves. It's not just you. You were just another person that they're going to treat this way. Please know that, because there's nothing wrong with you. This person is who needs to do the work. You need to do your daily affirmations or whatever you call them. Personally, I just check in with myself every day. That's how I would describe it. Check in with yourself every day. And if you pray, then I would suggest you do that too. Just start your day with a prayer and check in with yourself. Make sure you're on the right track and your eyes are open, your ears are open, and your heart open. Make sure your heart is open. But think before you make a decision. Think before you do anything. Think before you commit to someone, because a red flag is there for a reason. It's like a caution, but it's not a yellow flag. It's not like maybe we should pay attention to this. A red flag is, wow, what in the world was that? And any red flag is normally bad. At least in my view. A red flag is only going to get worse over time. You're just happening to see a little peak of a red flag at the moment, but you know, where there's one, there are many. It's that's just the way it is. So you're doing great here. You've got happiness coming around the corner as a result of this breakup, separation, cutting of ties, whatever this breakup card is standing for you. Getting yourself away from this other person is going to catapult you into your happiness, whatever that may be for you, Aries. And this is just beautiful energy. I love it. I love it. Thank you for joining me. I hope this has given you some sort of advice that will help you in your journey. And I'll be back with another reading as soon as I can. Take care. Don't forget to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos. And that will give you a more accurate view overall of your situation. And maybe a different situation that you're dealing with will show up in one of those readings. And sometimes they're like puzzle pieces. They kind of all fit together. And please subscribe. Please like the video. Please comment. Comments are for me so that I know I've reached you. And they're for others who come here for messages to this video. And if they're going through a difficult situation, such as the one you have gone through, sometimes other comments from other viewers who have been through similar situations are very healing for others. So keep that in mind, and a well thought out comment is priceless. Never underestimate the power of a well thought out comment. And as I like to leave all my viewers with, listen to your heart, but be wise. Someone after your soul you must recognize.